Hi Rebecca, how are you doing today?
I'm great, how about you?
Good, thank you so much for being on Town Hall Chats. For those who might not know, can you tell me what Divisa is and what you guys do here?
We are a digital growth agency that help our clients within fashion, beauty, luxury scale their businesses. We are coming on as business consultants to help our brands get to 0 to 2 million, 2 million to 10, 20, 30. Also working with brand new brands who are startups in the industry, essentially making their way into the market, which is highly competitive right now.
I know you went to FITM. Can you speak to how the fashion scene in LA has kind of evolved over the past few years?
It has shifted a lot into more experiential. So people who are going to events simply to show that they were there. So it really, I think, has shifted the nature of events. You know, everything has to be Instagrammable.
This company seems to be the perfect blend of their experience. So why did you start it? Did you see like a white space?
My business partner and I started working on a number of large fashion projects together. And we noticed a gap in the industry, what marketing companies could offer fashion brands and what fashion brands really needed to actually thrive in this new era of the fashion industry. It really left this void that we said, okay, we can put ourselves right there and help brands, even young brands who don't have budgets. You know, when you're looking to go into digital, it's very expensive. No brands can break through. I mean, we're dealing with clients on the other end who are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on their marketing budgets a month. Where does that leave the rising star?
Yeah.
There's this big monopoly, these big brands are taking over. Only people with super high budgets can really just break the noise.
It seems like the fashion industry is in such like a state of crisis almost because there's so much structure and tradition, but media has propelled it in a completely different direction. But you see a designer like Virgil Abloh or something who's done like everything differently, and the fashion community has loves him for it.
Websites are becoming the core of your business. That's shifting the types of talent you're hiring. There's a huge undertaking that is happening in fashion right now. And I think the brands who understand it are going to do great. The brands who underestimate what's happening are not going to make it. Right. It's an era of Darwinism where if you don't get on the trend, you're gone.
Behind. So influencer marketing is something that you place a high priority on here, right?
Yes and no.
Why yes and no?
Yes, in the fact that you do need it for brand awareness.
Right.
And is extremely important for brand validity, for people to believe that you're a relevant brand. It's like hanging out with the cool kids. If you're using that as your sole strategy, though, it's not very effective when it comes to revenue generation. There isn't just one way that's going to make you work in digital. It's about the hundreds of things that you need to do.
Name a few of those different verticals in which you need to be in. So it's influencer marketing. It's like just having, obviously like a website.
Building a website that is search engine optimized and also optimized for the consumer is highly technical. This is something that goes beyond web development. This is the biggest downfall in every single brand that comes our way who's not successful. There's Google ads, there's Facebook, Instagram campaigns. Now people are looking into Amazon, now that Amazon fashion is becoming a thing.
Right.
So it's ongoing. Influencer marketing has impacted the fashion industry in such a positive way because it keeps brands on their toes.
I mean, there's teenagers now who aspire to be influencers when they grow up. What do you think about that, just culturally?
I think it's great.
So what advice would you give someone who's I really want to be an influencer when I grow up? What would you say?
I would say, who do you want to influence? What are you trying to influence?
Right.
Brands fall short sometimes. They work with influencers who don't have a true influence.
Or point of view. It seems like they have to have a very specific point of view.
Absolutely.
Everything digital changes so quickly, right? So when you think about e-commerce or just social media algorithms, what kind of a threat does that pose to a digital agency like yours?
I wouldn't call it a threat. I would call it a challenge.
Okay.
I think the challenge is staying ahead of what's constantly changing It's like hitting a moving target. It keeps us hungry and learning.
What would you say to someone who would say that like fashion and frivolity are synonymous?
They don't get it.
I always think of that line in like The Devil Wears Prada when Stanley Tucci says it's like more important than art because you live your life in it.
Yes, it's a part of who you are. It's one of the largest industries
Right.
in the world.
Right.
It connects people.